Hey, so welcome all you wrestling fans there. This is Malice Smack Talk. We are back. We took a week off. Need to get our batteries recharged. We are going to be just quickly going over NXT over the weekend. Talk about some of the new championships that came around this week, good and bad, not just WWE. And, of course, we've got the WrestleMania caliber showdown that they keep pitching that's happening tomorrow that we're going to go through too. So thank you for joining. We're going to get our intro going and we're going to start talking some wrestling.
Getting ready to seize your first opportunity to come into the ring and start grandstanding and hot dogging. Yeah.
I can't help it that I look good, smell good, can dance all night long.
When we speak, our voices are heard. We all say, I bring it.
Welcome to Malice Smack Talk. You have the best championship match right here. You don't even have to watch Showdown tomorrow. You've got myself, Masonic Vader, and returning with me is the full complement of the gang. We have a Bearded Master who's back after a 2-week hiatus.
What is up? It's been 2 weeks already?
Yes, it has.
I don't know what happened
right.
there. What happened?
It's been a spotty month for us, man. That's like I say. Everyone's, here and there, And then there's Mindfreak over there just spewing stuff.
Two-time back-to-back pay-per-view champion going into Super Showdown tomorrow. I'm excited, boys.
What are you talking about, dude?
You should take that.
Let's see. I won WrestleMania. I won Money in the Bank. So, I'm going for the three-peat tomorrow, bro.
Well, it's almost like you've been given a championship, like someone you're wearing a shirt about.
Bro!
Oh,
I mean, last time I checked, you're still in second place, though.
Oh!
Not by much, though.
It doesn't matter. Inch or a mile, winning's winning.
Okay,
yep.
Max, settle down over there.
So before we get things going, I just want to give a quick shout out to our host site, MALICE-Corp. Wonderful site. We talk about it all the time. Obviously, we give them props because they're letting us do the show. But if you really want to see some really good quality streaming shows outside of ours, the All Things Nerd podcast happens Friday nights at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Tomorrow night, Big Papa Matt's going to be hosting the show, which is going to be awesome. You can go to the website. You'll be able to check out all the other casts we have done, also other casts they've done in the past. It's a great site, All Things Nerd, plenty of articles to read too. So thank you guys very much for letting us host tonight. And we are off and running.
Nice.
Yes. It's been 2 weeks, guys, since we've had a solid cast. We took last week off. You guys feel rejuvenated, ready to go?
Oh yeah, man. The past couple of weeks, it's been, two of us at a time, which, it's been fun, but, the fact that we have the whole gang here again, dare I say it feels phenomenal.
It's awesome because what's good is the screen doesn't keep going back and forth between you and me, so I don't have to see your face.
Or me and Bearded one with you not even here, which was a fantastic show too.
Well, I was about to say that's probably the best show we've done in the last.
It was.
Wow.
That show is the one that when Vader's.
All right, bye guys.
All right, cool. So
And just like that, we're gonna get done in 30 minutes.
You're funny. By the way, sporting a new shirt, as you can see.
Nice.
Can't wait for this guy to get back. NXT is going to be looking great when he comes back. It's awesome. Huh?
Before he's gonna get released.
Man.
He'll be released, and then he'll be fighting Adam Page for the AEW Championship.
Mm-hmm. Yep. All right. So we had NXT Take Over 25 last weekend. Obviously, it's been about 4 or 5 days for a lot of people. Have already probably gone through it enough. We're just going to quickly just highlight the matches itself, only because it does go into the next segment, which is going to be the championship changes that we've had this week. Takeover was, once again, that was a high quality show. I know that I think both you guys have seen parts of it, but I haven't seen the full thing. NXT, man, they do a lot with their they only ran 5 matches again. Still went about 2.5 hours, and all the matches were quality matches, or at least great endings, if you want to call it that, for one of them for myself. The tag team ladder match for the NXT Championship, God, man, that lived up to expectations. You guys if you're gonna watch any of the matches, that's definitely one to watch. It's good for NXT to have the match because as one of the fan favorites for the last year and a half has finally been able to get their belts. The Street Profits had pulled off the championship. It was an incredible match. What's your guys' takes on the Street Profits? Where do you see their future going now?
I see them holding those belts for a little while, having one-off feuds with Undisputed Era before the Undisputed Era wins those belts so they can finish the year off with all the belts, baby.
Be dripping in gold.
Dripping in gold, then they're going to drop them all the night before Royal Rumble, and all 4 of them show their Royal Rumble and clean house.
Mindfreak, what are your thoughts on Street Profits? Do you think they're a legitimate tag team, can make themselves house names in the future here really soon?
I hope so. I mean, with getting called up to the main roster, I mean, don't get me wrong, they're talented, they're fun to watch, and as Bearded One just said, feuding with Undisputed Era, it's going to be fantastic feud throughout the year. But I just don't want them, anytime somebody gets called up to the main roster, we're overloading with a lot of talent. And now, with the wild card rule, there's just a lot of these, up and coming stars that are fantastic that just aren't getting the TV time and all that kind of stuff.
How about we stop calling it the wild card rule and we just call it the bench shove it in your face rule?
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm down with that. So the bench
yeah.
shoving in your face rule just kind of sucks. And a lot of, if you're not like high caliber or challenging for a belt, you're just pretty much not on TV.
Let's call it the Vince bending over so he can get some more money rule, because there's a lot of rules. There's a lot of other things that go into that showdown. I can't stand that rule.
Yeah.
Street Profits, I hope they keep them on NXT. And in fact, I think this is going to be the year where you're going to see NXT going to get the second hour, because I think they have gotten to that point where they've earned it. And there's so much quality talent on there that you're starting to see that the talent that does go up to the main roster, hence EC3, just not there. So it makes sense for them to be able to keep the show going and making it longer.
Here's what it comes down to. EC3, when you look back at TNA, was a main stage player. He was TNA. Simple as that. He was always in the main event. Once AJ left and Angle left, Samoa Joe was doing his thing still. At the end of the day, EC3 was the name that was mainstaying and kind of holding down the fort. Kind of goes along the line with him being, related to Dixie Carter, but he was a top tier talent there. He comes to the WWE. Well, let's just call it what it is. He's going to be a mid-level player the entire time they have him. They bought the name. That's what they did. They bought the name, and they're going to let him be there. But when was the last time he had a singles match? 4 months ago?
Something like that.
I mean, now he's Drake Maverick's puppet. I don't know. But as great of a talent as the guy is, as much of the look he has and can be the top-tier player, he's not going to ever get past a B-level star. Hell, at this point, he's not even a B-level. He's a C-level, just talent.
Yeah, and I'm sure we can go on another tangent about writing, but that's going to take up another show. So, but yeah, Street Profits, congratulations winning your championship, well deserved. The house blew up the minute they won those belts, man. And then not that much later, you had North American Championship. Once again, Velveteen Dream just throwing in a great match, and it's great to see Tyler Breeze back in NXT. It sounds like he's going to be there for a while, because that's been his best run in the WWE, and the fans took him in with open arms, and he pulled off a hell of a match against Velveteen Dream, and pulling off a selfie at the end too.
Ever since he started coming out with Fandango, I feel like Tyler Breeze really was getting some big momentum, even though it was a joke and comedy act. Even afterwards, he got that opportunity. Was the Intercontinental Championship that he got an opportunity for?
I think he got one. Yeah, he got
that
snuck
first
in.
night.
Yeah,
and he had a great match. He had actually a pretty solid match. When he's in NXT, he does really well. Hell, when he came up from NXT, he was on a rise. Like, people love the guy, and they just didn't use him right. I was never a fan of his character, the whole Prince Pretty or whatever it is. You know, it just
Files.
no, the Fashion Files was money.
Yeah.
that was
Yeah,
gold.
I love the Fashion Files.
But the Prince Pretty comment, that whole thing, it was flat for me. But I'm glad he's getting an opportunity again. But when it comes to the North American title, there's only one North American title I want to talk about. It's not NXT. I'll talk about it later.
So you got that one done. You had the women's match, championship match, Baszler versus Io. Yeah, man, and I'm going to say this. I guess I'll just jump it in there, dude. WWE is struggling with their writing in the main shows. It's been an ongoing topic now for a long time. It's getting to a point where fans are just getting ridiculous about it. And this is an example of what happens when your crappy writing happens, because you can't get Baszler out of there. You can't give Io the championship. But Io comes up at the end, and this is the match I like the ending to, where Io's like, oh, F this, and she grabbed the kendo stick and started just whacking everybody apart. Once again, Baszler can take a kendo shot. She's taken several of them, man. That's not her first rodeo with those. It was an okay match. It wasn't Baszler's greatest. I think Io carried the match most of it. Obviously, she's obviously bred for this sport. Baszler still kind of finding her way, but it was still a good match. I mean, the ending was great. I like seeing Io's kind of like I don't want to say evil side, but definitely pissed off side.
And she has every right to be. The fact that they keep writing her in this position, Io should be the champion. She's had many opportunities to where she should have been champion. I can't tell you how many times I've lost picks because I picked her to win because it's her time.
Yeah.
Shayna does not need to be in NXT. Shayna should be on the main roster. I don't care if Ronda's not around. That's what makes it even better for Shayna to be on the top roster right now, because if she could do it by herself without Ronda, and then when Ronda comes back, she fits right in with Shayna's continue to grow. But you put Shayna on the main roster, you immediately have her inserted into the main championship. She can easily be up there against Charlotte, against Becky Lynch, Bailey and Alexa Bliss. Hell, I wouldn't even mind seeing her up against Lacey Evans right now. That she's going to put on great matches. She's going to be putting on better matches up there than she's going to be with the people she's continually beat over for the last year in NXT. Io needs the championship. Shayna doesn't. Shayna needs to be in the main roster, open up the division on the NXT brand so that more women get the opportunity. How many times we're talking about how the women's division has been the best thing going for a long time. Well, it's starting to tail off on the main roster, but it hasn't been there at all for NXT. And you have all these women who have the opportunity to be top performers, but are getting sandbagged for the fact that Shayna is continually winning his title. How many times does somebody win a NXT championship? 2 times at max, and then move on. Shayna's on like her 4th reign already, and she's still there. She's going to be the Ric Flair of NXT.
No, I think she's only got 2 runs. I think this is her 2nd run. They're just very long runs.
I think they're 3. I think it's 3.
Is she a 3-timer?
It might be 2.
I missed
that. 2 or 3.
2 times. It's 2 times.
She's just has the ability of having the long reigns, though. That's the thing. She's held on to these belts a very long time. She loses it and gets it back like literally the next pay-per-view. But now, Mindfreak, I'm going to throw this at you. Do you think they're holding back Shayna Baszler because of the fact that they still have Jessamine Duke and what's her name again? I keep forgetting her name.
Shivers.
Thank you.
Whatever her name is.
Do you think they're holding her back because they're trying to get her developed, Mindfreak?
Possibly, but I mean, it's like it's a tough one because it's like, I understand what you're trying to do, but with how with everybody kind of doing their own separate things. I know ultimately what they want to do is the 4 horsewomen versus the 4 horsewomen, but the problem is that
we're never going to see that. We're never going to see it. The fact that Ronda's on baby leave right now, and the fact that Sasha's never coming back, we're never going to get the 4 horsewomen.
Yeah. So it's just like when do you move her up, and do you just have her stay there like indefinitely? Like, it's time for her to go. It's time for her to move up. Let the other 2 develop down there without her, because they're not really doing much with her at this point anyway.
Do you think they hold on to her until SmackDown gets moved over to Fox, and then her and Brock come along with the ride?
Possibly.
Yeah, I could see that happening. I mean, that means she's got like 4 more months before they start making that move.
Yeah.
So, and in the last match, which by far was the match of the night, and well deserved, Adam Cole, baby, gets his first championship, NXT championship, main championship. He had the North American, but he pulled off the NXT championship, beating Johnny Gargano in a classic match. It was great. I mean, Johnny Gargano, if anything, could show that he could win. He could win the match, but then more importantly, he could lose the match, but lose it with style and really take a beating in the process. And it was a great match from start to finish. Adam Cole has been everyone's been nibbling at the bit for him to get that championship, and it sucks that it has to go over Johnny Gargano. But at the same time, though, Johnny Gargano is probably going to be moving main roster here soon and trying to move other people in to get into that main title contention. Maybe get a rematch and then move on up. But it was a great match. Congratulations to Adam Cole, baby. That's one piece of the dripping gold. Now before we move really quick, though, there is an injury update. I don't know if you saw, but Fish is injured again. Looks like shoulder injury. Don't know how serious it is.
Yeah, I didn't see how serious it was, but I did see he was going to be out for a little bit. Just kind of concerning. But then that opens up the tag team to be 2-on-2 and let them have that feed back and forth and see what they do with it.
Yep.
Aren't they glad they didn't drop Roderick Strong out of the? It looked like they were letting him go, but they kept him, and look what happened. So, yeah, NXT 25 compliments. You guys are freaking phenomenal. I love watching NXT takeovers. They're always solid. Looking forward to the next one. But now let's make this segue now to these new champs. There was a lot of championship changes. What's that?
Yeah, there's a few, but
so yeah, we talked about Street Profits won, which was a well-deserved win. Adam Cole we just talked about. There's 2 more. I'm not going to talk about the cool one first. I'm going to talk about the bullshit one. I'm going to throw it out there. I don't now, and I've said this before. The WWE this year alone has had a lot of champs win their belt, and then within that week, give it up because of the fact that they've been injured in that match. I don't know. I can't even think of how many guys have gone down this year. I think maybe 5 or 6. It's crazy the amount of injuries that have been happening.
For sure.
Yeah, it's been more than that. I can't run them off the list, but it's a hell of a lot more than I expected that I've ever seen. This one in particular pisses me off, though, because out of all the other guys who have given up their championship belts because of injury, they always found a way to be able to put like a tournament, a fatal 4-way. Someone earns that championship. What the hell did they do? They give it to Samoa Joe. Walks out, and Rey Mysterio announces he's injured. He can't retain his belt, and he has to give it up. What the F just happened?
Okay, so I'm going to stop you there. I hate the fact they did it, but at the same time, I kind of like it.
Yeah.
I'm tired of all of these continuous losses or wins and then relinquishes and then having to have a 20-person battle royal or 4-on-4 tag team elimination or a strap on the pole to win or the kendo stick a slap across the back or whatever random ass bullshit match they're going to put together to get the next champion. You know what? If you can't retain if you win the belt and within a week you have to relinquish, yes, give it back to the person who lost the title because that's their title because you can't stand up and hold your belt up. That belt goes back to the last person. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, and with the way that match ended too, Joe had, so Joe had, a legitimate reason to get it back because it wasn't a clean finish and it should have been a finish to begin with.
Don't even start that crap there. How many times have we seen illegitimate finishes and no one? They always say the refs counts the final. You can't change it. You can't do anything.
You could even, it's usually stuff that we can't necessarily see or we don't see it. That one, it was just way too damn obvious.
It was
in main camera point right there.
Yeah, but the camera's there. The camera's there, not the ref. And at the end of the day, I think that was a storyline that Joe used. And really, at the end of the day, it's the same thing as Ronda. Joe was trying to do too much, got caught, and tried to utilize it to his advantage. And it wasn't. At the same time, I guarantee you, Ray was supposed to get the win. Maybe not at that exact moment, but he was going to get the win. And Joe tried doing too much, and he ended up botching the finish.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, maybe to the point that he probably just had his nose broken before. Because remember, he took that senton and he got teabagged by Mysterio really bad, dude. Broke his nose and everything. So, but here's my gripe with it. My gripe is that you've had so many of these things happen just in the last 6 months that every time they came up with some kind of match. Now, I do agree. I don't want to see like a battle royal. I don't want to see 10 people. I want to see the former champ and probably the next contender. Hey, you know what? This guy could fight for it, and let Samoa Joe demolish someone, because we talked about it. Samoa Joe was given so much stuff for a little bit, and then he just started beating the snot out of people, and he's been earning stuff. I like seeing Samoa Joe beat the snot out of people and earn a championship versus give it back to me.
A change on a take that would actually be pretty cool to see. Okay, he relinquishes the belt and hands it over to Joe, right?
Uh-huh.
Well, then they come out and like, well, that's not how you get the title. You need to earn that title. But then why not have a fucking gauntlet match in there and then just have Joe stand in the middle of the ring and say, you know what? Everybody that wants that championship, go at Joe. Let Joe defend that belt against everyone who comes through. He's still standing at the end of it. Guess what? You get your title back.
Hell yeah.
Do you imagine how awesome of a match that would be?
Oh,
and
that
not
would
only
be
would
great.
it have everybody get some screen time. I don't care if they give us a whole hour's worth of this match and you get 6 or 7 different B-level players come out trying to win this title, and Joe just demolishes them all. 1, you get more people on TV. 2, you get Joe being that dominant jackass again. And then 4, he shows value behind him holding that title.
Fuck 3, just go to 4.
Did I mess up the count? Did I mess up the count? I'm sorry.
I did.
Apologize.
And I dropped the F-bomb that we get to edit out later. Awesome sauce.
I swear I'm only drinking water right now.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. But yeah, and of course there was also 6 other championship changes with that 24/7 belt. It's
hold on now. Before you start dogging on the
I'm not dogging it. I'm not dogging it. It's ridiculous.
Freaking love it. It's awesome. I love it. I mean, the 24/7 hardcore championship was amazing. This Truth is probably the most entertaining champion in the world. I'm not saying WWE. I'm not saying Raw. I'm not saying SmackDown. I'm not saying NXT UK or NXT. I'm not saying Ring of Honor, New Japan, AEW. I'm not saying any of that. I am saying he is the most entertaining champion in the world. Why? Because when that title pops up with Truth holding it, you're tuning in. Whether it's on TV, whether it's on social media, whether it's on YouTube, it doesn't matter. You're watching and tuning in because of what Truth is going to do. He has made that belt relevant. I don't care what anyone wants to talk about it. He has made B-level players who haven't been mentioned for months relevant again. He's giving more people on TV screen. And the dude is hilarious. Like, doesn't matter. It's fantastic watching him do it. He's been money for about he's always been money, but been consistently money for 2 years now. Ever since him and Goldust started doing their feud. But him and Carmella have been fantastic. The changes that they've made and what they've allowed him to do to win the belt has been fantastic. I was irritated with the plane. Did you guys watch the plane segment?
I missed it, but I heard he lost. He's lost it on the golf course and won it back, and then he lost it on the plane and won it back.
Yeah. So here's what irritates me about the plane segment is this is going to end up taking us back, 19 years in a moment. But so he loses the belt to Jinder Mahal on the tarmac, and then Jinder Mahal goes and hides behind next to Carl Anderson. covers up his head. Truth comes back with a ref and is like looking up, picking up everyone's that's covered up in a blanket, lifting it over their head. It's hilarious. Then he finds Jinder and he's like, all right, so I'm gonna cover him up. And the ref starts slapping against the chair. Like, what are you doing? Why are you broadcasting that? He just won the belt. Let him do his thing. Because you go back 20 years ago, I don't know if you remember, good old Jerry Briscoe gets a ref to come into the APA room while Crash Holly's paying acolytes, and he's like,
yes,
we get this jackass ref who's like 1, 2, 3 on the middle of this play while everyone's sleeping. It's like, the hell, man, that ain't cool.
I gotta watch it. I heard about it. I just haven't had a chance to watch it yet. So, but yeah, I remember that. Because I remember the ref is, and that's what made it great. The ref is like this. And it's slow motion. It's awesome.
And Briscoe's there's like fingers, like
yeah.
And in the segment, Truth is over Jinder, like to where he has to end up running. This plane has like a second story of chairs. He has to run upstairs and he's then locking himself in the bathroom. So basically, I'm guessing that he's probably locked himself in the bathroom until they get to Jeddah, and then he'll finally going to come out.
Oh my gosh, man! And then the part I liked about the most, one of the best scenes was that scene where during Raw, where they were going to grab a table, and he's like, "No, I don't want a table. I want a ladder." Or no, it was a ladder and a table. He pulls out the table, and he's just sitting later, like, "Oh, hello." Yeah, I agree. Since he's hooked up with first Goldust and now Carmella, man, R-Truth is found his spot, man.
And he's like 53 years old. Like the guy is, oh my God.
And he's still entertaining to watch.
Hell yeah. I hope
because you know why? Because he's the 24/7 European Continental Champion now.
Yeah, the European.
No. This time it was after he pinned Jinder, he's the 24/7 European Television Champion now.
Nice. Yeah, man, dude, that R-Truth is awesome, man. He's found his niche, which is awesome, and I hope they can keep him going as long as they can. I do agree, though. Some of the comments I've seen today, they should just call it the R-Truth title now at this point because he's made it relevant.
Well, and let's be honest, if anybody else gets the title, it loses its stagger. It really does.
Yeah, it does. It absolutely does.
I think Elias had the title for like half a night, and it did nothing.
No, not even that. It was like 5 minutes.
No, he didn't win it a second. No, he won. Okay, so he's made stuff. So he won it one night. He won it last week for like 5 minutes or less, and then this week he won it again. But this time it went probably like half the Raw or something. Yeah,
flip flop. Last week he won it and had it for half the show. This past one he had it for like 2 to 3 minutes because he lost it underneath the mat.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. What the hell? The ref's going underneath the mat with him all of a sudden.
He just comes out holding the title again.
And did you hear him? Like, I think the ref was like hitting the bottom of the mat.
Yep.
I heard it. I heard there's
video footage of him underneath the mat watching him get the pin.
Shit. Oh man. Oh, dude. All right. So we've got what segues now on to what we're going to be our main thing tonight. We have
I thought we were talking title.
Oh, wait, we got one more. Oh my gosh, how could I forget that one, dude? And this is the coolest one. Jon Moxley, aka former Dean Ambrose. And dude, goes over the New Japan Pro Wrestling first match.
And not an easy match either. Juice Robinson is a badass, man. I love Juice. His matches over the last year, he keeps getting better and better. His feud with Cody Rhodes was phenomenal. The fact that Juice Robinson is like Dusty's like adopted child, so to speak, and that feud with him and Cody was fantastic. It ended here in Long Beach with Cody winning the belt from Juice, which I was at, and it was a fantastic match. But Juice got that belt back and has been dominant as the champion. But yeah, we got Mox who shows up at Double or Nothing. We got Mox who's going to be AEW. We have Mox all of a sudden show up at IW or New Japan Pro Wrestling. and his first match, he fights Juice Robinson for the title and wins. It is fantastic.
Matt says grape juice is his favorite. Jeez. Now, for you people that are not too aware of who Juice Robinson is, if you're a WWE fan, this guy was in NXT 2 years ago as CJ Parker, hippie extraordinaire.
CJ Parker, that was Pamela Anderson.
No, it was also him. He was walking around as hippie in NXT, and he didn't really get much going on there. And
he kind of lost his steam.
Yeah,
right, after Dusty.
Yeah, and yeah, it was I've seen some of the highlights of the match. I haven't seen the full match, but I've been watching some of the videos I've been able to see on it. Dude, that's not the CJ Parker I knew. I didn't know him before that, man.
That's not the Dean Ambrose we've been
seeing.
Like that match was all over the place. It was everywhere. They were not. I don't remember. I'm pretty sure they were outside the ring more than they were inside the ring, and it was such a great match.
Did you see the little like 10-second video that Mox pulled up there when they had him bad angle when he's sitting on top of the ropes or something and he's mouthing? Did you see what he was mouthing? I pulled this off, mother, just straight up on camera, just like that. And that's I think what everyone wanted to see Dean Ambrose come to, and they never were able to because WWE has that stupid PG kind of thing. They haven't pushed yet. And yeah, he's just going crazy right now. And just one night and already a champ in New Japan. That's awesome. That's the stuff WWE needs to be concerned about. Not AEW, but the fact that AEW talent could go to New Japan Pro Wrestling and win a belt and then still go back to AEW with the freaking belt and then come back around. And I mean, everyone's involved. It's the little guys versus the big guy.
I mean, just to go a little bit further. I mean, here's the thing: the AEW, when they first made the press release, was the fact that they were going to let their talent do what they want. They're going to let them participate in any other organization. They were going to be signed to AEW, but they were going to be able to perform wherever they wanted to. That's the reason why the Young Bucks are the AAA Lucha Libre champions right now, because they went over there and fought the belts, and that's why they had their rematch at Double or Nothing, which they retained. But, those are the belts they have right now. And now you have AEW, you have him over there, Dean Ambrose with the North American title. And then we're going to have, coming up this weekend at Dominion in Osaka, Japan, we have Shusuke Okada fighting and defending his IWGP Heavyweight Championship against none other than Y2J himself, Chris Jericho, for the IWGP Championship. So the Rainmaker versus the Painmaker, and if it all goes the way it can go, AEW could be holding two of New Japan's top championships.
It's interesting the concept they're able to pull off right now. It really is. I think it's the only. I think I mentioned this when they first started talking about AEW and everything. I think I mentioned the fact that this is probably going to be the only way that they would be able to surpass what previous companies have done, like TNA and whatnot. That they got to think outside the box. They have to have freedom and be able to kind of bounce around the other shows that are very popular in wrestling. So Ring of Honor, New Japan, now AEW. That's the only way these guys are going to be able to not only survive, but also compete and do much better than previous predecessors to the WWE juggernaut is. And so far, it's yielding the results that we are expecting. So it's kudos to Jon Moxley. I don't know who this Dean Ambrose guy was. He retired from WWE a while back. But yeah, exactly. I don't know. You said Dean Ambrose won some North American championship.
I said Dean Ambrose.
Moxley.
Yes, you did. I did not. You said Dean Ambrose.
No, you said Dean Ambrose. You have Dean Ambrose.
Yes,
just
dude.
like that, we have an ugly screenshot for the YouTube video, so check it out.
Yes, sir. You've been off for a week, and your game's off 2 weeks. And you're off a little bit, buddy.
As long as when he posts about Moxley, it's Dean Ambrose and not James Vanderbeek.
Oh God. Oh man. So yeah, that's
first of all, let's talk about this for a second. Like the fact that we have Jon Moxley And is that not the exact same name of James Vanderbeek in Varsity Blues?
I believe that is so. We have a lot of television and movies going in right now. We had freaking Baywatch just a second ago. Now we got Friday Night Lights. What the hell's going on here?
Varsity Blues, not Friday Night Lights.
Varsity Blues, wrong one. Mixing them up. It's been a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Jonathan Mox. Oh, it's Jonathan Moxon. My bad. He still goes by the Mox though.
The Mox, absolutely. Hey, so just quick side note. How long do you think his missus stays in WWE?
Oh, she's staying there.
You don't think there's going to be any kind of Cody Rhodes / because that's the same thing that happened. Cody left and his wife left not too long after.
Yeah, there's a difference though. Brandy, when she was at WWE, was not being utilized properly and she was injured. Renee Young is the female voice and a top commentator on Monday Night Raw. Yeah. She's not leaving.
Gotcha.
Let's put it this way. The way they let Ambrose leave because of his wife, that they're not doing nothing. If they would have said, you know what, we don't care if you stay around or not, then they wouldn't have given Ambrose the send off they gave him because they weren't caring about what was going to happen to Renee Young. Renee Young's under a big contract. She is the only female commentator for a main organization. She's not going nowhere. And I think, and her and Ambrose, if you listen to I caught some of his podcasts today he did with Jericho. He's done a couple others. It was time for him to leave. It really was. And there was a mutual good. I don't want to say mutual goodbye, but it was a time when they had to go separate ways. And they did it on the terms to where obviously Renee's not going to be screwed over because that's her career. And they're not going to do anything to screw over what they have with Renee Young because whether you like her or not on commentary, she does bring a certain appeal to the show that was missing. Yeah, and I think she works well with not only just Michael Cole, who bugs the hell out of me right now, but also that's what I don't even want to talk about him right now because he cut his damn hair and he looks like a freaking goober now. Oh man, that is true. Yes, and don't forget though, she is not the only lady who's doing announcing now. NXT has Beth Copeland, Beth Phoenix announcing. I know, but she's the first one on the main brand. Absolutely, yeah, I got you. Okay, so all right, so there you go. There's your championship changes over the week. Let's head on to our prediction part of this. We have Showdown tomorrow. Now, personal feelings aside, I mentioned this earlier in the chat and everything. If it wasn't for the fact my kid wants to see Undertaker wrestle, and of course I could always have him watch Undertaker wrestle because I have the network, but he actually wants to see live and stuff, albeit he's old and grumpy. It's going to be like Grumpy Old Men for the title there or something. I don't know. Showdown last year, I made my personal comments about it. I still feel the same way as some other wrestlers who decide not to make the trip. It looks like an entertaining show. It's got a great roster lineup, but a lot of this stuff's been forced at us at a short period of time to get something to a what they call WrestleMania caliber match. So, but you do have the Showdown. They have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 matches. So I got this list straight off the net. I got them right here. I got them too. Yeah. So we got in the pre-show match. They got Usos versus the Revival. Now, is that a championship match? I did not see. Nope. It is not a championship match. Okay. It can't be. Neither one of them have championships. Are the Usos champions right now? Yeah. No. Oh, wait. No, they're not. Oh, that's right. They just won it. They didn't give the match. That's right. That's right. They still haven't had the. All right. So Usos versus the Revival. I have the Usos winning it. As do I.
It's unanimous.
All right. Cool. So that match is good. Old and grumpy. Yes. Mess throwing a little comment in there saying I'm describing it like Harrison Ford getting in the ring. I would totally pay to see Harrison Ford go against Taker and freaking. You know what? I've been watching the Expendables the last couple nights and watching Harrison Ford and Expendables 3. I'll watch him get in the ring. Yeah. Right. Absolutely. I mean, if you were to walk into the ring with Undertaker and then walk out with his bullwhip, I mean,
I'm down.
He knows how to really use it.
He walk out. I wanted to walk out in a solo vest, an Indiana Jones fedora, his bullwhip, and his blaster on one side, and I'll be happy.
Now, what's his theme song?
Indiana Solo.
Nice. And then bring out his tag team partner, freaking Chewbacca. That'd be awesome.
Rest in peace, Peter Mayhew.
Yes. Oh, and and Mess adds in there only if he flies in and lands into the ring.
Yes. Hold on. It's Jeddah, so we know we're going to get something because last year at the Showdown, the Greatest Royal Rumble, we had Titus O'Neil nosedive into the ring.
That was great.
That was phenomenal. You know, 2 inches to the right, he would have hit the middle pole and had some serious damage. That's crazy how that landed, by the way. All right, so we get through the Usos and the Revival, and now here's the matches. I'm just doing these in the order I found them in. Sullivan versus Lucha House Party. I'm assuming we all know which way this is gonna go.
Yeah, Sullivan.
Yeah, Sullivan.
It's unanimous.
And this is actually his first match on the roster, on the main card, and it's a pay-per-view, and it's going against 3 guys. And let's see. Oh yeah, Peteopolis, man, you made it to the cast. What's up, buddy? Longer match at the entrances of Taker or Goldberg. Whose is longer? I think they're both going to be long. I think that's going to be the longest part of the match. It's going to be their entrances.
I hate to say this, but I will admit to it. This week, I actually fast forward through Undertaker's entrance.
It's okay. I did too.
And I fast forwarded through Goldberg's on SmackDown. So I mean, it's Goldberg's gonna come out with a little blood on his forehead because he's gonna hit his forehead against a locker. Undertaker's gonna do the longest part of that match is gonna be their entrances. How long do you think that match is gonna last? We're not talking about yet as far as winning, but
4.5 minutes.
4.5 over under. Mindfreak.
Over. I'm saying 7.
Oh
wow! You're saying this match is gonna last longer than Taker's match against Cena and Goldberg's match against Lesnar. Even their second match was only 5 minutes long.
Yeah, that's true. All right, 5 minutes.
You know what? I'm going to go with 7 then. You know why? Because the first 3 minutes of them are going to be standing in the middle of the ring, staring at each other, and the fans are going to go at it. The minute the bell rings, that's when the match starts. So that's what's going to end up happening. They're going to stand there. Everyone's going to cheer.
5. You said 7?
I said 7.
I'm putting that down.
All right,
closest man to the pin gets the win.
Extra point on that one. Yeah.
And we know who always gets the extra points. Just saying. Royal Rumble and Survivor Series.
Hey, wait, hold on a sec. I got him last time.
We both did.
When?
We picked Bailey.
We picked Bailey winning the Money in the Bank. And that was
We didn't get you didn't pick no extra points for that.
Yes, we did.
No, we didn't. You picked the winner of the match.
We got 3 extra points for that, not the standard 5 that you get in the Royal Rumble. And I think this one we should probably go with at least 7 or 8 because there's 50 people in the damn thing.
Oh, I'm not even picking anyone for the. I'm not picking.
Yeah, I'm not picking anyone.
They haven't announced a single person who's involved in it. I'm not picking anyone for it.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So we got Lars Sullivan winning that one. So far we're all unison. Next one, Strowman versus Lashley.
Lashley.
You got Lashley. You got Lashley. You're doing your imitation of Leo Rush.
Well, guess somebody's got to be the hype man when Leo not around.
Right.
Yes, and our producer does put in the comments. Yes, there were extra points for the Money in Bank winner. Thank you very much.
Was I even on that? Was I even on that show? Because I don't remember none of that crap.
No,
it was probably one of the shows you were missing. Yeah,
that's bullshit. Then you guys throwing things like that out. Then I wasn't even on the damn cast. That's gonna be thrown out before the call.
Well, it doesn't matter.
Hey, wild card rule.
That wasn't even going to happen. So
wild card rule. Wild card rule.
Ass rule.
Wait a minute. I picked Bailey to win the match.
No, you picked Ember Moon.
Oh, you did. You picked Ember Moon.
I apologize. I picked Bailey on a different show. I apologize.
Yeah. You picked Ember Moon. Don't even sit there. Because I almost called it to a T what was going to happen.
Next.
Yeah. Oh wait, who did you pick? Strowman or Lashley? Mindfreak.
Oh, I'm going Braun.
You're going Braun? Okay, and I actually picked Braun as well. All right. Next match.
Bearded Master's going to take the win.
Roman Reigns versus Shane McMahon.
Roman with the win,
Roman.
and it's going to lead to the bloodline becoming heels.
Wait. How's the bloodline go heels, man? McMahon's heel.
You want to know how? Because Roman's going to become the biggest baby face in the organization by sending Shane McMahon away. And then once he gets that, it's going to be like, guess what? I don't need you no more. I am who I am. I got my family. I got the bloodline behind me. That's all I need. And then who becomes the next tag team champions? Usos.
All right.
Yeah, that was a bad one, dude. You gotta work on the Uso.
Oh,
Hey, wait, what? Mindfreak.
I'm going Roman too, man.
Are you?
Yeah.
You know what? For some reason, man, I'm gonna pull off of McMahon. I'm gonna put Shane in there, and the only reason why I'm doing that is because they have given him every other effing match he's had. Well, I might as well give him one more.
Yeah, but
Right
they're
after
giving him every match against the Miz. They can't.
Dude, hey, writing has been crappy this year, dude. So to sit there and think that the norm's going to happen, that Reigns is going to get it,
you're pulling out all the stops here for Super Showdown, and essentially it's just a cash grab. So you're going to want to do stuff to get the biggest pop to make everybody happy. Roman's getting the win.
Hey, just to go back real quick, did we pick winners for the Goldberg Taker match?
No, we haven't done that. No. We were just doing the over under on the time. Okay. Next one, which I think probably be the dark horse match of the night: Triple H versus Randy Orton.
Okay, before we get into this, can we talk about their promo for a quick second?
Yes, go for it, sir.
That promo had me laughing, dude. Like when he had both of them in the ring, I was, based on the rivalry, their history, and all that stuff, I wasn't sure what to expect. But to get them just cracking jokes at each other and laughing like that had me dying.
Especially the last jokes. Oh, by the way,
get your balls out of Stephanie's purse.
And he said, "Yeah, you wouldn't know anything about those because you've never had them." Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was a nice little ending to the talking smack.
But the fact that he had Randy there just laughing.
Yeah, yeah, that was almost just like one of those damn shows you see on Netflix where they're just roasting each other back and forth. That's all it was. But yeah, this could be the dark horse match of the night. I hate to say it because once again, this is just Triple H, throwing himself into another pay-per-view. I mean, but
it's with Randy Orton where you have a lot of history between the two.
No, I get it. I just find it conspicuous here that Triple H has been on every pay-per-view for the last 2 or 3 of them, and he doesn't do anything in between other than just talking. So
but if you're trying to build any legitimacy to any match, this is the one that kind of has it the most out of some stuff, other than Shane and Roman, Seth and Brock. But
who you got, man?
Yeah, who do you got?
You go with me first.
Yeah,
razor's thin edge, but I'm gonna go with Randy.
Okay,
true.
I'm going to go with Triple H.
For somebody who's hates seeing the old timers on, he sure picks it off a lot of them.
I know, right?
Yeah, because I'm going with what writing has been doing this year. They've been giving the old timers the matches.
Boom. That's who's going to get the win.
Nice.
The win. Nice. The Legend Killer returns because only 3 letters that come to this match. It's not HHH. It's RKO.
Boom.
All right,
bro.
Okay, so then we go into the championship matches. We'll leave the main event for last. It'll take a second to go through it, but we've got actually really 3 good championship matches. We'll start off with the Intercontinental Championship: Finn Balor versus Andrade.
As much as I love Balor, as much as I love him having that title, it hasn't done much for either one of them, title or himself. I think Andrade gets the belt.
Okay.
I would have to disagree with you on this one. Only because of one particular reason. I like both. Yes, I like to see Andrade with the belt because he's deserving of it, kind of carrying it. But the fact that every time that we've necessarily seen Finn Balor as the Demon on the main roster, he hasn't lost, and I don't think Seth.
Didn't he lose to Brock Lesnar as the Demon?
No, he never came out as it wasn't the Demon against Brock or Royal Rumble.
Came out as Balor?
Yeah, it was
he came out
Balor.
as Balor. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he is coming out as a Demon on this match.
Yes, it's they're billing it as the Demon versus Andrade.
So good time for him to lose.
It could be, but
here's the thing. The last month and a half, I've been talking about the one person who's probably could use a push more than anyone else with the Money in the Bank or whatever it might be is Andrade. How do you get Andrade over? You haven't beat the guy who's been undefeated.
Yeah, but you know what though? Here's the thing though. You got to think of the big picture. Where is this match at? We talked about this last year with this going out. They're going to give it to all the fan favorites for the most part. And I mean, outside of the main event and everything, where they're bringing back the old timers and stuff, I see Finn Balor winning this one and then bringing it back. Now, not to say that he's not going to lose it. I agree with Mindfreak. I think he's going to win it because of the fact that he's going to be the Demon. They're going to keep that little streak going there.
For sure, he's probably going to lose at Stomping Ground, but not as the Demon.
And I see
Stomping Ground's in 2 weeks.
Yeah, and I see Andrade winning it too because Andrade needs the belt. I think he's been a hot under the radar kind of player for the last 4 or 5 months.
Because what you could essentially do is like Bearded, when like you brought up when Finn fought Brock was like he fought him as Finn, not the Demon, and it could have been like hey, I couldn't beat you this way, so I'm going to beat you as the Demon. So essentially, it's like you can do the flip flop with Andrade saying, "Hey, you beat me as a Demon, but you couldn't beat me as yourself."
By the way, I gotta give a shout out to Pete there. He agrees with me, sir. Triple H winning as the Evolution Killer. That's what I'm talking about, man. Yeah.
Well, in order for him to be the Evolution Killer, you have to kill off Ric Flair, and we know Pete Oppa's aiming for that one. Right, Pete? Right, Pete? You get no woo on that one. By the way, Pete, since you're on right now and you're later in the chat room, happy belated birthday, brother. Your birthday a couple days ago. You're supporter for all. Thank you again. I know you'll hear it tomorrow on Boot to the Face, but again, since you're here right now, happy belated birthday, brother.
Happy birthday, sir.
Happy birthday.
Yes, sir. All right, do we get everyone picks on that one?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so 2 Balor, Andrade, 1 Andrade. All right. Next one. SmackDown Championship, WWE Championship, Kofi Kingston versus Dolph Ziggler. Out of nowhere, Ziggler's back in the title match, just like that.
Kofi Mania ain't over. Ziggler's going to be a good interim feud to happen. Kofi wins and keeps the title.
Yep.
I concur as well. Kofi wins.
It's unanimous.
I think Kofi needs to keep running. By the way, did you guys, just to step back, you guys, did you see the vignette they had on SmackDown where he went back to his hometown?
Yeah.
Dude, that was sick, bro. That
actually, them showing that actually worried me that they might make him lose a title.
True, but I think that's some of the stuff that I really do dig about WWE and how they've gone worldwide. Some of these people, like, you weren't having this in the 80s and 90s where they weren't going, like, they were touring, but it wasn't anything we kind of saw on TV or anything. It wasn't until 2000s and stuff where they were actually taking it across the pond, taking it to other countries, starting to have live shows, Raw, everything like that. And it was cool to see that happen with him, especially. I mean, he's had it's a great run. This is a feel-good run. I hope it runs a little bit longer. I think WWE needs something like this as they're trying to fix stuff. Things are just not – the house is not in order right now. So to see something like that with Kofi Kingston, be able to go home, see family, see where he's from. I mean, like I say, he hasn't been there for 26 years. So, God, man, that's a lot of time, dude. Can you imagine not being able to see your family in 26 years? Let alone they can see you every week, on TV. So that was awesome. And yeah, and Kofi's going to win this thing. He's Dolph Ziggler. You are right. This is going to be a good feud. Dolph Ziggler, heel Ziggler, can make a feud happen. He is an awesome heel, and I look forward to seeing him continue this on, just as long as they don't break up New Day. I don't want New Day being broken up. They need to continue having New Day. What?
I don't know where this came from or what happened, but my match list just updated with an 11th match. So continue going. We have a couple more matches. Get these last 2 matches out.
Okay.
And then I have a match I'm going to throw out there to you guys if you haven't seen it yet.
Freaked me out for a second, dude.
Yeah,
man.
Let's keep going.
Hold on. See, this was moving a little bit right there, man. Freaked me out. All right. So we get all of our picks there. I picked Kofi.
Yep, Kofi across the board.
Kofi across the board. Okay. Next one. Rollins versus Corbin. How did Corbin get in the mix again, dude?
He won a four-way match.
I know. I saw the match, but how does he keep hovering around that, man? I don't get it.
I don't know. I'm staying with Seth. I don't want to see Corbin with anywhere near the title.
Yeah, I go with Seth too. Now, here's the question: does he walk out of Jeddah with the belt?
Are we on the last match right now?
No.
Well, the last match is Taker Goldberg.
Okay, so I will mention something afterwards. Do not talk about cash-ins yet. Do not talk about anything like that.
Okay, all right.
Just
so
give your picks and go from there.
All right, Rollins and Corbin. We all pick Rollins.
Yes, I believe so.
It's unanimous.
All right, cool. So then we get to the headline match. Taker versus Goldberg.
Goldberg.
All right, you got Goldberg. Mindfreak.
No. How are you going to tell? No. Taker is winning this match.
Oh, okay. All right. Just check in.
Bro.
Yeah, Taker's got to win this one.
It's unanimous.
The fact he's lost 2 matches in Saudi, they don't make him lose a third time.
No, and I think they use this as setup for hopefully his retirement match with somebody.
Yeah,
showing he still got it.
SummerSlam retirement match. You know who that's going to be?
Who you think is going to be?
Heartbreak Kid himself, Shawn Michaels.
Oh, hell no.
Who do you want retiring the Undertaker? Baron Corbin? Come on, man. John Cena? John Cena's the only one legitimate because he's got to come back and win it.
Honestly, I wouldn't mind seeing that only because of the simple fact that it was Taker who gave Cena his first push that put him over.
And could you imagine Cena came back, beat Taker, and that pushed him back into like, hey, I'm back, and then gets his, Ric Flair breaking championship run?
I could see that. Absolutely.
Write it down.
I'm down with that too.
June 6, 2019, Bearded Master just laid some knowledge.
Woo!
Mic drop.
All right. So do you take Taker as well, Mindfreak?
All right. And I mean, are we picking Battle Royal? I mean, they haven't mentioned a single person. I'm just not. It's a shot in the dark. I don't really care.
I'd say shoot for it. Let's just say if you get it, we'll give you the 5 points. If not, it doesn't hurt you. I mean, no one's getting. I mean, really, I mean, you could just imagine who they're going to put in or who needs a push for SummerSlam. I'll tell you who I thought was going to win is going to be The Miz. That's my points for that. I think he's got the most. He gets the most out of that. If he wins this, that just puts him in the limelight for SummerSlam. Not that he needs it, but it's just a little cherry on the top for him. Have they even put
anybody?
You
know what? Nope. I just figured out who's going to be.
Who?
It's going to be Firefly House or whatever it is. I don't remember what it's called right now.
Wait, Bray Wyatt.
Bray Wyatt makes his appearance.
You know,
okay.
I'm going to say Aleister Black.
That's a good one too. They've been pushing him a lot lately.
Yeah,
or at least with the vignettes, he's been
doing with like the most recent one. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Aleister. Although Bray's a good pick too, but I'm gonna go with Aleister.
I don't know. You know what? The vignettes been all over the place. Mojo Rawley, he was on the plane. Just joking. Anyway, all the matches have been titled, and now all of a sudden there's an 11th match popped up on the card. singles match for either the WWE Universal Championship or the WWE Championship. This will be Brock Lesnar's MITB cash-in match. Lesnar versus Seth, Kofi, Baron, or Ziggler. There's good. I don't know who posts is on there. Obviously, this match can be chosen by anyone. This is going to go to my final question. One, it's a two-part question. One, is there a cash-in? Two, is it successful? I'm saying no, there's not going to be one, so there's not going to be any success or not.
Yep, I concur. I there's so much damn heat with this right now, and
it's just absolutely asinine the fact that they're forcing him to pick a championship and pick him to cash in. The point of the contract and the briefcase is that it could be anytime, anywhere, anywhen.
Yeah.
And
what did I miss? What was the diatribe or whatever that McMahon blasted Brock Lesnar? Was because he jumped in at the last second and took the thing? Is that what it was all about?
I don't know.
I was watching it and I hate to say it, man, I can't go through a 3-hour Raw anymore, man. It's just that bad.
Yeah, that's why I'm in the same boat. That's why I've gone to the hour-and-a-half version on Hulu.
In fact,
even still on that, I'm fast forwarding through some stuff.
In fact, I even saw something. I think it was something like some kind of like a meme or something. How do I get through watching Raw? And it's some guy fast forwarding through it. But I remember like this all came about because the McMahons were pissed off, and I guess I'm assuming it's because he jumped in at the last second and won the Money in the Bank. I mean, no one believes that crap. I mean, they all know this is Vince's boy. They're paying him how much damn money to show up once every freaking 4 months. I mean, no joke. Triple H has headlined more freaking pay-per-views this year alone than freaking Brock Lesnar did all last year.
We have seen Brock Lesnar more times in the last month than we have the last 2 years.
It's ridiculous, man. I mean, it's like no one wants him in WWE. It's sad because there was so much potential. Like I remember when they first signed him back in the day, and then I remember when they signed him again. I was like, dude, this is cool. I like Brock Lesnar, but the way that they've made this, it's ridiculous. Undertaker earned his twice a year freaking contract. I mean, he's earned it. He carried WWE during the war and everything. Brock Lesnar didn't do shit to earn his little reign here, his little contract. It sucks, man. He held Raw hostage. I think that's where it comes to a point where Raw is just crap right now because they can't get past the fact that they have a championship for 7 months. So, but yeah, I don't see him turning it in. I see he does the same exact thing he did the other night. Beats down on whoever he wants, probably on both of them, and just lets them know, hey, this is mine, and I'm going to turn it in when I want to.
Or he cashes in on both of them.
Oh, my God. Brock 2 belts? No, you can't cash in on both.
And then he gets his briefcase, and he starts playing, anything Becky can do, I can do better.
Oh, my God. I will seriously I'll throw my computer at you if that happens, Bearded Master. I will tell you right now, if that happens, I will not be on the show for at least 3 weeks until I get a new computer.
Or, that'll be the end of the show because WWE has ruined everything.
Oh, my gosh, dude. Okay. So, yeah, that's the Showdown rundown. Let's see. We've got most of us coming in agreement except for the Strowman, the Reigns, and the Triple H match. Oh, and the Balor one, too. So,
it'll be interesting. There's different things that can happen.
Yeah. So, before we go, I just remember there was one more little thing that popped up that I just wanted to see because you guys kind of have, especially Bearded Master, you got your pulse on the outside world. Speculation, rumors, CM Punk, AEW.
I don't even want to talk about it.
I know you don't like it, but do you think it would happen?
No.
You don't think it'll happen?
He will not be at All Out in Labor Day weekend. He will not be there.
Okay. And do you think it would happen at any time?
Son of a bitch. You can make him do it. Okay. Yes, I do think it's going to happen. I don't want it to happen. I freaking hate it. And the fact that the AEW, who I've been on board with this since day one, if they sign CM Punk, I can't tell you how disappointed and pissed off I'm going to be.
I wanted that out of you, dude. You have to let it go.
You may not hear from me for the remainder of the year.
You have to let that out, dude. That stuff festering inside of you, man. That's bad stuff. You got to let it out, bro.
Well, this was a great episode, guys.
Well, you guys can follow me on Twitter at Mindfreak.
Yeah.
So
wait. Before we do that, we always got to sit there and give props to Malice Corp. Thank you very much, Malice-Corp, for allowing us to put on this show. It is a great show. It's great to be back with you guys. We will be back next week to be talking results from Showdown and anything else that's crazy that's happened throughout the week. Maybe we could talk about our favorite title changes of the 24/7 match of the next week. Maybe that should be like how we should start every show for the next until they get rid of the belt. Yeah. But thank you, Malice-Corp, for allowing us to be doing this show. Mindfreak, where can they follow you again, sir?
Right over my shoulder, you guys can follow me on Twitter at MindfreakMLG. Talking all things gaming, nerds, wrestling, pop culture, all that kind of wonderful stuff. You can also follow me right here on Twitch at twitch.tv/BTBMindfreak. Regular streaming schedule is going to be coming back in 3 weeks' time, guys. We're putting the countdown timer on it now.
Nice. How about you, sir, Bearded Master?
You can find me at both Twitter and Instagram at @beardedmaster. Always there. Hit me up.
I'm glad you came back for a second. I thought you were going to be mopey for a second. You were looking down. I was like, oh, come on, man. Just let it out. It's good to get it out, sir. And you can follow me at Masonic Vader on Twitter. Masonic Vader 71 on PlayStation Network. Wow, that came out. Oh, dang. Thank you guys so much for coming back and seeing us. We appreciate you, Pete, coming into the cast. Join us every week live. We'll keep tweeting our times. We're trying to get a solid time down. We just have hectic work lives going on. But please join us live because we have a great chat that happens all the time live in the group. And, of course, how we always like to finish this show, we always finish with the 1, 2, 3. Yes.
I'm just gonna see how long it'll go for.
Yeah.
Night, guys.
Good night, everyone.